Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks as they'll square off against Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. With that, let's head on up to Foxborough. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Their meeting in Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Play set, play 20. Hey, second.
Brady now on first down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A throw complete to Dorsett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Brady over the middle. Julian Edelman, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
And the big story, of course, no Rob Gronkowski at tight end. Who's going to step up for the big-time playmaker? Who's going to give Tom Brady the security blanket that he used to have from big number 87?
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, goal 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Here we go.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Here's Brady to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
What's tight? Tight end right. What's tight?
Well, throw on first down with Wilson.
Check three.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Wilson on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Wait, set. Wait, 80.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Wait, what do you got?
Got nothing to watch.
Go bandit.
On first down, Brady. Wide open, Julian Edelman. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey.
On play action, it's Brady. And that's caught. It's Edelman again. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised, just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They run it with Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
On 1st down, Wilson. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson looking left side. That's caught by Moore. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Carson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Check that. We're Mike 52.
Wilson to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And he gets it down to the 32. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Strong left. Strong left.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
On second down now, it's Carson, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. He'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now there's the timeout signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
Wait, 10, wait, 20.
Mike 54.
This is Michelle on the counter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be a third and about 13.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to look deep for Edelman. And that is incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
Here's Ryan Allen now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
What? 53, Mike. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Cut. 280.
51.
Cut.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Cut.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, but it'll be second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.